Hello, Dion Johnson here, strategic partner, spiritual advisor, and executive power coach to women in senior leadership. That means if you are a CEO, a director, a head, a woman who sits on a board or reports to a board, a corporate expert, anyone who is seated at the table making decisions about how organizations do their thing, about how organizations shape their results. This is for you. I'm the author of this book. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Influential Woman, a fresh approach to tackling inequality and leading change at work. I like to come on here every now and again and share my thoughts. And this morning, I was reminded and knew that I needed to come and talk to you about a dream that I had. I don't know when, maybe a couple of years ago, but it was such a powerful dream, one of those really important ones. If you've been in my world any at all, you'll know that I'm a dreamer. I get dreams, and oftentimes I will receive direction or clarification or instruction, or just really learning new insight through my dreams. And this one was a really powerful one that I feel led to share again. I've shared it before, but I feel like sharing it again because I know that many of you will have just missed it when I shared it the first time. And so this dream, I was walking down the road, and I was walking down the road with a spirit, like it's either God or an angel, but a spirit was accompanying me along this road. And I came on the path, I came upon a desk, and on the desk there was a great big thick booklet, and it was called it was an application, it was a job application. And I felt the spirit say to me, I want you to apply for this job. And I said, well, I mean, I don't like filling out application forms, and what job, So I sat down and opened up the first page. It was a really great big application, one of those ones where you just think, oh gosh, that they ask you everything. So I opened up the first page, and I began to fill in my name on the application sheet. And then I turned the page to do the next questions, and I really noticed really loudly that, excuse me, pollen count's really high in London today, so excuse me. I noticed that on the subsequent pages, all the application questions were already filled in. So the answers were already there. They were already filled in. So I turned to the spirit and said, what is this? What job is this? What is going on here? And he kind of looked really or felt, I perceived him to be sort of like, smirking as I came to the realization that this application was already filled in. And he said to me, the job is for mothers, wives, and queens, the essential roles of the feminine in leadership. Mothers, wives, and queens. And he said, I'm hiring. And the thing about this job is that it's fixed, that whoever applies is already guaranteed to get the job. It's already done. The application's already filled in, but I need these women to step to the application, sit down, and actually go for it. I need these women to go for it because they're definitely going to get it, but they need to say yes. They need to opt into the process. But it's a done deal. The job's already theirs. Mothers, wives, and queens. And yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was in the dream or after the dream that I began to understand that we weren't talking about mothers as in people who get pregnant with real babies and push them out, but we were talking about mothers of industry, women that will birth the new, raise up a new generation, nurture corporate families, and soothe souls. These are women, mothers. The role of the mother was about creating calm in corporations. It was about cultivating atmospheres of love, respect, and morality. creating cultures that work for the family and creating true connection with people. This was a people person, and these were women who would be, their job would be to conceive new ideas about what would make things good for the people, what would make things good for the families. So we need mothers. That's the first thing that I saw in the dream, the mothers. The second role was wives. And these were, I made notes, right? So these women were strategic partners, are strategic partners in industry. They are the facilitators, the managers, the people who will see to it that plans come together, that good goals are reached. Women who are privy to secrets, and they were confidants, and they were able to provide wise counsel and optimize operations. These were women who were intimate with marketplace systems, and they were the ones that took it upon themselves to kind of, in their functioning, ensure the systemic well-being of their part, of their team, of their family, of their group, right? So that's wives. It was really powerful to see that role explained. The third role is queens. It's a womanly role, these queens, and she's the corporate sovereign. We're not talking about queens necessarily, the world has got all these ideas about what it means to be a queen these days, but this is a corporate sovereign. This is the woman who is bringing the feminine to the highest offices of marketplace leadership. She's a ruler. She reigns. Her voice carries weight. She's authorized to speak truth to power, to speak truth to the king. She has access to have these high-level conversations, access to share her ideas and her insights to the most senior places. She is responsible for the city. She has overall oversight of the whole thing, the citizens of the whole place. She is what does that say? I can't read my writing. She's joint head with the king. She's joint head with the king. And and the way that I saw this was that the system is a head and a neck and then a body, right? Everybody else is in the body, but the king and the queen, the king's the head, the queen's the neck, and the queen is the one that determines which way the king can look. The king can't look in a direction without the queen, because the queen is the one that's got his ear. The queen is the one that decides which way the king's going to look, what he's going to focus on. She's got real power with the king, and she accepts these responsibilities as part of who she is, her making. She is the lawmaker, she's the overseer, she's the watchwoman. She has overall responsibility. She's at the highest level of leadership and rulership. So queen, mothers, wives, and queens. And as I was thinking about this morning, I was thinking about how powerful that dream was, how memorable it was. It was a real kind of live dream to me. And I realized that it's very pertinent for the time and season that we're in right now, that God is hiring, that God is calling women into these roles, and these roles are already predestined to be theirs. They're already given, they're already yours, they've already got your name on it. And so the question then came up for me this morning is, how do you know if you're being asked to apply? How do you know if you're being headhunted? How do you know if you're being called to take up these roles? And what I realized was the answer is that you're waking up to a knowing that this is for you, that you're waking up to a realization that there is more for you to be in leadership. There's more for you to be as a leader. There's more for you to do, for you to say, for you to create, for you to make happen. There's a hunger in your belly for change. You see the change, or you perceive that things need to change. Maybe you know what change you want to see. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't understand yet, but you have this hunger for it, and that's a sure sign that you're about to conceive ideas for the kind of change that you want to see in the world. And no longer satisfied, you're no longer satisfied with where you are or how you're showing up or the kind of impact that you're making. You want more. And this is a really clear sign that you're being asked to apply for the role of mother who will conceive and birth the new, or wives who will be strategic partners and facilitators and managers in their space, or queens, with high level authority for rulership and reigning in your domain, in your industry, in your field. So yeah, so I want you to know that if you are waking up to this hunger, if you are waking up to this stirring, one, it's not random. It is absolutely on time. So there is need for that version of you there's need for you to step into this role. There's need. The world is upside down. The marketplace is shaking. There's absolutely new demands, absolute uncertainty and complexity and all of that stuff. And it needs you to apply and take your position, to occupy your space. So it's an invitation. It's an invitation for you to get with this program, to apply for this role, to say yes to it. Let's see. Yeah, to say yes to it. Sorry, my phone rang. Yeah, it's not random, but there's work involved, right? There's work involved. And even if you can see that you're already, you can recognize yourself in those roles and that you can see yourself doing it, then I want you to know that what I received this morning as I was praying about this is that there's a fresh impartation that wants to come, a fresh empowering for you to do these roles at a whole different level. And there's like a power surge coming to you if you reapply for the role, right? And then I also saw that there are some of us who have been raised up as midwives to steward you into this new role, to usher you into taking up and occupying this space, this new role, this new profession, this new authority, this new designation. And that's me. And I understand that it's my role to usher you into these roles, mothers, wives, and queens of industry, women who are who have oversight, and women who are watchwomen, women who are really part of shifting and shaping and leading at such a time as this, taking leadership and taking organizations and systems and marketplace operations to a whole new place. That's you. And I'm really passionate about that work. I'm really passionate about supporting you in stepping into that. And if any of this is making any sense to you, then please go ahead and use the link that accompanies this video, and let's talk about what getting ready to apply for this role would look like for you, what taking up this role, what occupying space in these feminine, female, womanly roles in industry would look like for you. I can't wait to hear how this is landing. Comment or email me at connect@dionjohnson.com. I really love to know how this is landing for you and what it's speaking to you and what your take is on it and how you're making it personal. Let me know. Speak soon.